Hey everyone, are you in for a very long video? Well, here we go. I have a lot to say, and you're probably here for either one or two reasons. Either you're like, oh, I guess the Escape Pod moved to a new channel. Alright, what's this new video? Or you're just here out of morbid curiosity. So, I'm gonna talk about a lot of things. Some of them might have been actually covered in my Pavel Hall production update video. I don't remember. That was months ago. I'm not gonna rewatch it because I'm a lazy asshole. So deal with it. And no, you probably haven't seen it in a while either, so it's okay. So I didn't upload any Pavel Hall videos from October to whenever the next one comes out. October 2014, to now. And the thing is, I'm a partner with MakerGen, and I didn't upload any videos for over a year. And the way YouTube's broken fucking system works is that you have to upload enough videos so that it's like you have a lot of a minutes watched per week and be consistent with your uploads. It's why a lot of animators and people who made web shows now do Let's Plays, myself included. It's because the system, like, you make more money if you're uploading content on a regular basis that's long, so you get a lot of minutes watched, and a lot of people keep coming back for them. That's why I see a lot of Let's Plays. Um, it's also the reason why we made the Escape Pod. So the Escape Pod basically, if anyone remembers from forever ago, me and Josiah were on a bunch of other podcasts. And, that kind of gave us the podcast bug where we wanted to make podcasts a lot. And, ever since the Slender Nation podcast died, we didn't have anything else to really go to. We just didn't do podcasts for a long time. And we've been talking and been like, we should do a movie podcast, we should do a gaming podcast, we should do like a comic or manga podcast. And we also thought, hey, let's do retrospectives on a bunch of shit. Hey, um let's pitch ideas to each other. So there was a lot of ideas like that. But we didn't do them because I just didn't have the time for it, I guess, or we're too busy. But with the reason why we put it on the Pavel Hall channel and changed it to Doorway Studios is because it was a lot of reasons. Basically MakerGen was like, yo, make more money, make more videos. You've been not making videos for like a year. We're gonna keep you on, thank you, but you need to make more videos. And I'm like, shit, yes I do. Hence, probably a week or two after I got that email, the Escape Pod started. The Escape Pod is 20 to 50-minute episodes. The goal is to come out every week, so it's a lot of minutes watched per week. A lot of people coming back and watching more. It's the perfect thing, but the issue is Pavel Hall has its own fan base, which, from what I've been able to gather, has not been mingling well with the Escape Pod fan base. Now, when I say fan base, that's such an egotistical way to say it. It's more so the people who watch each show, basically. It's the best way to say it, audience, I guess. But every day I check the subscriber feed and the count, the views, likes, dislikes, comments. I check them all the time, every day. So when the show started, because I didn't have any activity for a year, my subscribers basically stayed at around 270. When the Escape Pod started, they were at 272 or 273, I forget. So they were up here at 273. Escape Pod started, and it went down to like 265. But then people started watching Escape Pod, and so we gained subscribers. But then people who thought that the Pavel Hall production update was a literal goodbye and not just me saying what happened and why I couldn't upload for a year, they're disliking because they think that Pavel Hall's over. And then people who are finding the show are liking it. It's a fucking crazy war that I see. We've never been basically at where we should have been for Doorway Studios in terms of subscribers ever again. Like right now it's at 271. Like this is, I think, one of the closest we've ever been to getting back to where we were supposed to be. And it's ridiculous. I kind of pride myself on being able to try new things and fuck with stuff and have it work. Having Slenderman talk, having it switch to cinematic, trying new things and seeing if it works out. But it's a bit of an issue when it's something so drastic that it's hard to even like really comprehend it. And that's, I think, where the issue kind of came in, where it's like, this is too different. Like, when there's changes within the thing, it's easier to understand and comprehend and like roll with it. But when it's something like so fucking jarring, it totally just sets you kind of like off track for a bit. Which I think is where really the issues came in, is that people are coming to the channel and they were like, oh, there's new content. Then they check it and it's not, the horror series that they've, what they subscribe to and what they want. It's two of the actors from it and an actor from another one, and they're talking about Star Wars, and it's their actual names, not their characters. They're not in character, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And I understand that that's jarring, and I get that. I guess just what I wanted to do was have a place, just a channel that's my channel. I can upload anything, and I thought that because it was already a partner, I can do a win-win where I have everything on my most popular channel ever, which doesn't say much because it's not that big, but whatever. So I have a lot of stuff on my most popular channel, but it's also helping towards monetization because I want to make a living off of YouTube. There are things that people say where it's like, oh, you're selling out, oh, you're a sellout, and it's like, I mean, yeah, I am a sellout, but it's because I want to live off this. That's the thing, is that I don't want to be working at like at Walmart, cashiering and stocking and making like minimum wage and barely being able to live. And then come home and not have enough energy to really make good quality content. Now I could, and I am, but I don't want that to be my life. It's why videos are monetized. It's why we do the Patreon. It's why all that shit is in place, is because I want to hit a point in my life where I am making videos and it's making money. But I also have to kind of go with what my fans want. And I'm not established enough to do really fucking crazy things like putting a podcast on a horror show channel and hoping that it works. Maybe if I was a bit bigger, I don't know, probably not. This was a lesson, essentially. It was a lesson in keeping with what your fans want. And if you're gonna make something new, make a new channel. The reason why Jocelyn Possum was a whole new channel was because we're doing other shows underneath it. Stuff I can't even really talk about. Like, there's other shows that we want to do that me and Mike have pitched to each other and have said, okay, we want to do this, or we do this. And it's like, okay, that works. And it's like, it all falls under that show. But with, since they're always my own thing, it's like basically my own, it's my baby, I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. I thought that having the podcast be on there would help with money, since the monetization will go there. Maker would be happy because I have more content, have more views, and to be honest, I've made more money off monetization with the Escape Pod than I ever did with Pavel Hall, because I did it within the system. I didn't do a web show that updates every couple months and doesn't really get a lot of views. So what I've done is I moved the Escape Pod to this channel. And from now on, this is what kind of brings us to the stupidest thing. Not stupidest, but back to the Walmart thing. But I moved here from South Carolina to Washington State. I got a job here for a little bit, but then I got let go because the company I worked for was very much like, they cycle through employees really fast. So ever since then, I haven't had a job. So I've been pushing YouTube very hard. That's why I've been up. That's why Jocelyn Possum started. The Escape Pod started. I've been really, because for that year I wasn't doing anything. I was working on stuff, but now that I have my computer back, I'm in like a nice space. I can work. I'm working like every day. I was hoping that I can maybe make money off this YouTube thing, but the issue is the way things are. It's like I need a job, and so I'm gonna get one. Really buckle down and get one, not like apply to a few and then be like, oh, whatever. Like, really sit down and get one. But the issue is, I have to kind of give up something. And at first, it was like I have to give up a show. So it was like, do I give up Jocelyn Possum or the Escape Pod? And I was like, fuck, I don't know if I can. And I am still working on Pavel Hall, but like, that's a when I can do it, I'm gonna do it type thing. Like, it's already all shot. But so I was like, shit, which one do I give up? And I realized so I'm not giving up either. I'm just making one way easier to make. So if no one knows how an episode of the show, goes down, I'm gonna tell you because it's gonna be fun and I'm gonna cry while doing it. The next part. So we basically were all in a Facebook Messenger group together, and I tell everybody, hey, we're recording this week. When's everyone free? We set that up. We get into a call together on that day, and we record a few episodes at a time. Typically we do 2 general podcasts, which is like the TV show revival episode was general podcast. We just sort of someone comes in with a topic, mainly me, and from there we just kind of go off. Same with Berserk, Naruto, Black Angel especially. We just say a topic and we just go off. Then there's reviews like Star Wars, where we'd sit down, we review a movie. Then there's retrospectives, which was like the Star Trek thing, which isn't up at the moment because of CBS. Fuck you, CBS. We know when it was. So we do them in clumps because Josiah has work and Nathan has a job and school, so it's very fucking chaotic. I'm usually the one with the most flexible schedule because all I do is edit all day. So after that's done, I take the audio into Adobe Audition, I clean it up, and then I go through the entire episode, cutting out bits and pieces, all the ums, all the ahs, all the repetition. Not all of them, but I try to cut as much repetition as I can. A lot of things in the escape pod is actually a sentence said twice that I cut together to make one fluid sentence. Like a lot of crazy audio shit like that. So I go through that in Audition, and then I pump it into Premiere, and then I go through and I add the intro, make the intro images, and as I edit, I go to Google, I download all the images I need. But then there's also the animation, which is I drop in the picture, I have to rearrange it, find the right emotion that they say during it. It's also a lot of, like, if I was talking about Wonder Woman, as soon as I say Wonder Woman, she appears on screen. Like, and it's also finding the right syllable in that word that you put in the Wonder Woman. Like if I was talking about the Mummy, it wouldn't be coming at it'd come at the mu and mummy. Like, it's finding the right point in the dialogue to toss the image in front of you and how to mess with it. It's also for all talking at the same time, which we do because we record this on Google Plus, on Hangout, and it could be laggy and stupid, so we can talk over each other a lot. And then when that happens, if we're all having a conversation, then we'll have all 3 images on screen at once, which is also a bitch to edit, because then I have to go through the dialogue and do every single individual person's emotions, and then so the first thing I do mine, because I'm typically opposed to Josiah and Nathan, typically, so I'm on the right, and I do all mine. I have to flip it to fit that image because all the images face a certain way. So if someone's facing off, you have to flip their image every time, readjust it to the perfect position on the field that they were in the last one, and go through the entire conversation, do all their emotions. Then I do Josiah, then I do Nathan, and I make sure they all flow together, so that when, let's see, if Nathan's talking like this, and he's like, "Oh my god!" Like on the "Oh my god," you have to make it so that he's doing the big face, and it's the Star Trek episode was 1 hour and 7 minutes, and that took a week and a half to edit. The original recording was 1 hour and 33. I had to cut down all the filler so to fit that episode. Then it's also grabbing stuff from whatever we're watching. If we're talking about a trailer, gotta get the trailer, image from the trailer, make sure it all works and flows together pretty well. It's insane. It's way more work than it should be. It's actually surprisingly a lot of work. Like in a day, if I work all day on an episode, I can get 10 minutes done. And that's me fucking hardcore, like I'm chugging coffee and I'm really focusing. I can get 10 to 12 minutes done. Like whenever I set up my schedule for recording, that's what it is. Like edit 10 minutes, edit 10 minutes of TV show revival episode, you know? It's like, and that's basically how it goes, is like, it's a lot of fucking work, and it's really difficult, and it takes forever to edit, and the issue with that, a lot of the shit we talk about is time sensitive. Like, there have literally been episodes that have not come out because we missed the window of relevancy. Like, we talked about, I think we talked about the state of affairs of Marvel at one point. We talked about some trailer stuff. And then while we were editing it, a bunch of new shit got released. And it's like, well, this isn't, like, relevant anymore. No one's gonna give a shit. And that sucks because it takes so long to edit every episode that we can't talk about super relative stuff when we want to. Especially for movie reviews, like, because I don't have a job. So if I ever go see a movie, someone either has to pay for mine, or I happen to see a copy of it somewhere. But, so then all three of us have to see it, you know, and also if there's a guest, they have to see it as well. And then we have to record it, and then, like, you know, because we recorded Deadpool and the Witch. Deadpool came out almost a month ago. We're just now making our review of it, and it's like that we missed the window. Everyone's talked about it. We're still gonna put it up, but you know, either you do the review immediately, or a year or two plus after it's been out. You know, like Nostalgia Critic, your movie sucks. I hate everything. You know, those guys do reviews after the fact. So you either have to do it way after the movie came out or right as it came out, or else no one's gonna fucking give a shit or watch it. Because when it just comes out, people want to see the reviews immediately. 3 months after it came out, they're not gonna care about that anymore. But a year or two, yeah, they'll watch that. It's like, once they've forgotten about it, they will. But it's either you hit it in the sweet spot, or you do it way later. So that's one of the bigger issues of the show, is that it takes too long to edit an episode, and then once you have edited the episode, you have to hope it's still relevant, that people will watch it immediately. That's another thing, is that sometimes the videos aren't watched right away, like, because people are like, oh, I'll watch that later because it's an hour-long video, and you know, I understand that, but that's just the risks we run. So I also want to be getting a job, because it's hitting the point where I need to actually start paying for my own stuff and not leeching off my friends, which is what I've been doing, leeching off my friends and the Patreon money. So that's been my life. It's been great. So I need to buckle down and get a job, but I can't keep the escape pod running with a job, and also keep Dross and Possum running, and also finish Pavel Hall at one point. And on top of all that, I can't work on this if I have a job. I'm doing all those full time. I can't do it. It's fucking impossible. So, the escape pod from here on out, unless it is a special episode, or we have the time, or we get big, will mostly be just audio. And that fucking hurts me so much. Because I love the visual gags. I love all the visuals. Some of the visuals are the best part about the episodes, but some people just watch us with audio only anyway. And it is a podcast. So I think that down the line, the animations are going to come back. The little animatic guys, they're going to come back. And these style of videos will come back. But not for a while. I just want to thank everyone who's come to this channel. I know the move is a bit silly. There's some of you who are coming in for the first time, don't know what Pavel Hall is, don't give a fuck, who are just here for the escape pod and are now having to jump over to a new channel and are probably very weirded out. And I'm very sorry about that. I'm extremely sorry. It sucks for me too. It sucks for everybody, but it has to be done because we want to build this podcast community up from the ground up. We want to move forward with a fresh, clean slate. I don't have to worry about Pavel Hall because it is still being done. I'm thinking of, once it's done, I can just upload movies I make there and have it just still be Doorway Studios, but they're films, not podcasts. I feel like jumping from web shows to film is an easier jump from horror web show to podcast. They will be audio only from now on, except for a few choice episodes. They have to be fucking perfect. They have to be really good to get us to want to do the animatics again, because it is a bitch, and we don't have enough money to buy the new version of Premiere that I love to work on. That's so fucking seamless. So, again, thank you. Don't hurt me too bad about this. I hate it. It's a bitch, but it had to be done. It feels like a sound course of action to me. I hope I'm just not being irrational and just doing it because fuck it. I really want to build this community up from the ground, and I think that having it be on its own channel with its own, even though we're not going to be a partner for a while with this channel, um, having it grow naturally instead of piggybacking off of the older one it feels better, I think, because it feels like we're not just leeching off of Pavel Hall and its success. But hey, think of it this way: we are going to put out more episodes now, and we want to have them available for download, so you can just listen to them whenever the fuck you want. We also are going to be getting more guests on, so that's good. More guest appearances are nice. More episodes, more everything. It's just more because because before it's like we have an idea and it's like, well, we don't have the time for that. Like we have this series where we all pitch ideas for movies and shows and books and shit based off of intellectual properties that we haven't had a chance to edit because everything else has been like time sensitive. But now that we can just upload the audio, it's like, fuck yeah, that's rad.